So, one of my New Year's exercises was to sit down and think about what do I want in 2026. And, of course, I didn't just sit down and I like this, I like that. I sort of did this in a meditation, channeling. And curiously enough, one of the things that came through was social media star. Now, the curious thing here is I don't really like social media. If I had to total up everything I've ever done at every single platform, I don't know if it would add up to more than a couple hours of content. And that's basically including a couple of guided meditations that I've recorded over the years that frankly have been mostly for me. I kind of had to dig in a bit and figure out why did this come through? And, basically the answer was, if you want to be impactful, if you want to change people's lives, you've got to get out and be visible and even embrace quote unquote fame, right? And fame can be relative, but the point is just not avoiding being seen, not avoiding being famous. And so I've really had to dig down deep in this process and look at, okay, what am I really afraid of? And what's been interesting here is there's kind of a family component and kind of a past life component, which I want to share here. So the past life component is all about, speaking quote unquote truth that didn't go again, that went against the established norm. And basically, persecution, expulsion, exclusion, death, punishment, torture, all those things. People that have been, in particular going up against, the standard church doctrine over the past, that was a very dangerous place to be. And, myself and I think a lot of people that are in the spiritual healing or spiritual teaching space that don't, follow the established norm, at a unconscious level, we all kind of have this fear of, sticking our head up too high. And so part of what I've had to work on, and honestly, this video is part of that, is just recognizing, okay, I have that fear, I let it go, and I recognize in this lifetime, I'm not going to be killed. I'm not going to be tortured. I'm not going to suffer. I might be ridiculed, by somebody that doesn't believe what I believe. But that's kind of the worst case scenario, dealing with some internet trolls or whatever. I can deal with that. So it's sort of part of this process is just recognizing I'm not going to get killed for starting to speak about what I believe, what I see in my Akashic Records work, what I see in my manifestation coaching work. So this is, like I say, this is sort of a self-therapy through creating a video. Anybody who's watching this, thanks for watching. But honestly, this is really just for me and kind of to put a stake in the ground and be like, okay, January 22nd, I made the decision to overcome my fears, embrace growth, visibility. Hey, if it means quote unquote being famous at some point in time, it means becoming a social media star. That's actually on my vision board, social media star. I have never consciously had that as a goal, but if this is what needs to happen to be successful and to help other people, then I'm going to do my best to embrace it in this year. So yeah, this is, I guess, testing the waters. This is taking a first concrete step. This is me making a commitment to growth, visibility, seeing where this is going to take me. And I'm going to leave this video, this is going to be sort of my, like I say, stake, or a moment of remembrance. And, hey, if someday I end up being famous, well, we can all go back and look at this video and okay, I guess it started there. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.